I don't know. Are there English lyrics to that song? I don't know. Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time coming your way with another. You might have already seen my freshman factory sealed DVD showcasing. So I'm coming at you with another factory sealed DVD showcasing. Am I going to make this, turn this into a thing? I guess time will tell. This is another factory sealed DVD that I recently came across for $3 whopping dollars. This one, unlike the freshman, was from 1998. This one I think is from 2001. I guess it's interesting to see that Warner Brothers was still doing the snapper cases in 2001, but I guess they were. So they did that starting in 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 5 years at least of Warner Brothers doing the I guess I call them the snapper case. I don't think we saw this movie in the theater when it came out, and and then I saw it. I kind of, as a kid, I kind of regarded it as something I quote unquote liked, and had it dubbed it on home video and watched it on the crappy copy protected destroyed dubbed home video version as a kid, and it was something that I guess I kind of watched as a kid, but then I don't think I ever owned it on anything, and then I saw it on streaming years ago, and I'm like, God, this movie's depressing. And so as a kid, I guess I kind of liked it. I actually got the because of that, some of the music. Actually, at the time, I got the cassette in the '80s, the cassette soundtrack of this movie. But I don't know if I ever owned the movie on VHS or anything. Saw it on streaming a handful of years ago as an adult, and like, God, this movie is really depressing, and it's rated PG, and with all the depressing stuff that happens, but that's life. But yeah, I saw this in the theater back when it came out, and and stuff. My dad kind of had an interest in World War II and stuff, so it was kind of up his alley. But like I said, it's a depressing, kid gets separated from his family during World War II kind of movie, and actually, as a result of seeing this, it's a good rice selling movie. Like it really sells. If you want to sell rice, show this movie to people, because that made me as a kid want to try for the very first time, white rice. I don't think I thought much of it at the time. I do now eat some Chinese. Like what the hell do I eat? What Chinese food do I eat? What's it called? Oh, sesame chicken. So I mix sesame chicken and white rice together. So I now eat white rice with sesame chicken. So now I do eat rice. But this movie really makes you want to eat rice just by watching it. But anyway, it's not a movie review. It's just a showcasing of this still factory sealed DVD release from, I'm pretty sure, 2001 of Empire of the Sun. As we can see in the back bottom corner, package design and summary, copyright 2001, Warner Home Video. Taking a closer look at the front cover, you might be able to see the crinkled up, like, I don't know what, the top sticker that we'll see a little bit later, kind of folding over the front cover there that's featured underneath the shrink wrap. But I like the artwork, the cover art, the poster art for this movie, probably more than the movie itself. Pretty cool, very simple artwork featured on this cover art. Presumably the original poster art. I know it was the VHS home video cover art, and now the DVD cover art. Just the red sun with the plane crashing, leaving a smoke. I guess I'm Sean Connery now, leaving a smoke trail down through the red sun, a Steven Spielberg film, Empire of the Sun. And you've got a young Christian Bale there going, Cadillac of the Sky, or whatever he said. This toy plane there, just, I don't know, yeah, I don't know if it's a good guy or a bad guy who's crashing out of the sky there, going past the sun. But you've got some countryside there with some barbed wire, kind of interesting yet simple artwork there. Bottom corner there, you can see at the time, still in 2001, the still relatively new logo for DVD Video. Taking a look at the spine, pretty simple there. It's kind of a lighter color on top that fades to dark, and you see countryside on the bottom. Empire of the Sun. It's not in its normal cream color. It's in a dark, basically a black color for the spine there. On the bottom you got a catalog number of 11753, DVD logo, which in this case says DVD video. Sometimes it's just DVD with the disc, and sometimes it's DVD with the disc and the word video underneath. Got a, I don't know if you can see it through the shrink wrap, but Warner Brothers, early 2000 Warner Brothers logo on the bottom of the spine. The spine's so thin I don't know how well it's going to register on the video, but I'll do my best. In the early days of DVD's life, when you took off the shrink wrap, you'd have yet another thing to take off, the top sticker, which would also indicate or serve as a way to basically see the title from the top if it were put in a shelf or something like that, where you could only see the top of the thing, the top of the spines, or whatever the hell you want to call it, top of the DVD case. They'd put a bunch of brand new DVDs in some kind of a shelf that you only saw the top, and you could see all the titles like this, I guess. But it also serves as a way to kind of make it authentic, whether or not it's a previously viewed or a brand new DVD release. So if the sticker is peeled off, it's more or less likely a previously viewed DVD release. On the bottom here you can actually see the Warner Brothers watermark, which is kind of interesting for 2001 that they're still doing that. I found this at Half Price Books for a whopping $3 in their clearance section, and I was pondering whether to buy it or not to showcase, but I think these watermarks was kind of the selling point. I'm like, okay, watermark on a shrink wrap in 2001 DVD, that's pretty cool. So these it's because of these watermarks that you're seeing this video today. So way to go, watermarks. Taking a look at the back top corner, you can see a barcode. On the other top corner, it's a little bit of Jack Garner from the Gannett News Service saying 4 stars, a great adventure of the human spirit. And it's actually not a ... It's just a simple quote. Got basically 3 images here. One famous one of Christian Bale, going up to the airplane with the whatever fireworks stuff in the background. One with him, Christian Bale and John, what the hell's his name? John Malkovich there. He's the one who eats a bunch of rice and makes me want to eat rice every time I watch this, which isn't very often. It's like once every 15 or 20 years. I don't watch this very often, and yes, it's going to remain factory sealed because this movie is depressing and I don't want to watch it. The other image there is just a big huge group shot of something happening, something depressing most likely. Steven Spielberg's film Empire of the Sun is an inspiring, action-packed epic of a small boy in a great war. That boy is Jim Graham, a young Briton whose unconquerable spirit soars high and free above the harsh confines of a Japanese internment camp during World War II. Through his eyes, we see the fascination and horror of war, and we see a child's hold onto childhood weaken as his struggle to survive grows fiercer. Based on J.G. Ballard's memorable bestseller, this first major Hollywood studio production ever to shoot in the People's Republic of China earned 1987 National Board of Review Awards for Best Picture and Director, as well as a special citation for Outstanding Juvenile Performance for Christian Bale as Jim. Panning further down the back cover, we can see yet again, I guess in 2001, DVD was still a new enough format where they still included, depending on the release or the title or the studio or whatever, they still included a picture of the menu on the back of the DVD cover, which is just so funny. It makes you wonder what year they stopped doing that, as a whole, like 2002, 2003, how long is a picture of the menu on the back cover a thing with DVD releases? I guess I could look at my DVDs and figure that out, but you've also got special features, little red kind of a rectangle there that says all new 2001 digital transfer and soundtrack remastered and presented in both Dolby Digital 5.1 and Dolby Surround 2.0, behind the scenes documentary, blah 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 blah. You pause and read if you want to. Underneath that there's abbreviated credits. You've got your Amblin logo, soundtrack available on Warner Brothers records, cassettes, and CDs. Well, back probably in 1987, I purchased the cassette of the soundtrack because I liked the music. I don't know how well you'd be able to see this smaller information, but on the bottom here it does say widescreen version presented in a quote-unquote matted widescreen format, preserving the aspect ratio of its original theatrical exhibition, enhanced for widescreen TVs. You can also see, or you might be able to see, if you can't, I'll tell you what's there. It says dual layer format, parentheses DVD-14, that's interesting. DVD logo with the video underneath, a 1 indicating region 1 for this DVD release, PG. Oh wow, this is 152 minutes, that's why they called it an epic. I wonder how long a movie has to be called an epic. Maybe over 2 hours? I don't know. You can see the Dolby Digital logo there, and you might not be able to see this other stuff. That's really small. And I guess that about does it for this showcasing video. Will it be a thing moving forward of buying factory sealed DVDs to showcase? I mean, I guess it depends on the title and the price, and like in this case, like I say, if it hadn't had them watermarks on the factory wrapping, I might not have gotten this, you know, but the watermark sold it. So I guess whether I get, you know, more future, you know, factory sealed DVD releases to showcase in the future or not is something that time only will tell. So I guess that pretty much does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, we'll catch you on the next video. Steven Spielberg's film Empire of the Sun is an inspiring, action-packed epic of a small boy in a great war. Wars not make one great. I'll probably not I'll probably not put that in there. Maybe it's at the end of the video though.